Hey everyone, hope all is well. So here we have Justine Jones on the screen. She's the newly elected town manager. Actually, she was hired as a town manager. So I'm sure you've heard about it, but yay, good for her. Congratulations. Let's talk about what's really happening. As you can see here, fair use, a North Carolina city hired a black town manager. Then its entire police force resigned. What? Where they do that at? Obviously in Kinley, North Carolina. Let's go ahead and get to it. Less than a week after the entire police department in Kinley, North Carolina announced their resignation, citing a toxic and hostile work environment, elected officials from the town of about 2,000 residents have gone silent on a plan for law enforcement moving forward. The July 20th mass resignation of the department's police chief, 4 full-time officers, and 2 town clerks, who are all white, came less than 2 months after the town hired a new town manager who was black, leaving many critics to question whether race was at the core of the department's sudden collapse. Justine Jones, who has worked for 16 years in local governments in Minnesota, Virginia, South Carolina, and North Carolina, was selected to be town manager after a nationwide search of 30 candidates, according to a town press release. She began the job on June 2nd. Kinley is 36% black, 20% Hispanic, and 36% non-Hispanic white. So there she is. Police Chief Josh Gibson, in a resignation letter directed toward Jones, said he had been pleased with the progress his department had made in the past 3 years. But the hostile work environment that Jones produced made it impossible for progress to continue. Gibson, a 21-year police veteran, has not, expanded on the alleged details, citing legal concerns, but added that he would consider returning to work if Jones were fired. Well, you're saying it's a hostile work environment. Speak up about it. What's the hostile work environment? The hostile work environment is you don't want a black person over you. That's what it is. And I would consider him Justin KKK Gibson. That's what I believe it is. Oh, as a matter of fact, there's a little bit more to the story. So, but she'll come back to work if they fire her. He reiterated these sentiments on his personal social media page. I have put in my 2 weeks notice by, along with the whole police department. Gibson wrote on Facebook last Wednesday, the new manager has created an environment I do not feel we can perform our duties and services to the community. In the other resignation letters obtained by WRAL, the 2 town clerks and other officers cited toxic, hostile, and stressful working conditions. None of the department employees expanded on the alleged working conditions. In Jones's new position, a town's manager's role and responsibilities are wide-ranging, including overseeing the day-to-day operations of the local government. A town manager often manages internal affairs and plans the city's budget, which includes the policing budget for approval by city council. A town manager and mayor may have similar duties, but a mayor is elected, whereas a town manager is appointed. So hold on, she would manage IA, internal affairs. So let me guess, maybe that shows stress. Maybe that is your stress. You don't want her in the position, but you'll gladly go ahead and resume the position if they fire her. Really? Is that so? But critics believe the issue goes beyond personnel challenges. Of course it does. Quote, they don't want to be led by anybody black. That's Kinley. Cynthia Kirby, a longtime Kinley resident, who is also black, told the News and Observer late last week. They're always harassing black people. It's racial, end quote. And that's it. They're always harassing black people. So she's over internal affairs. So let me guess, you don't want any accountability. That's the real reason. And it's toxic for you to go ahead and say, hey, the reason is we don't want to work for a black person. We don't want this black person in this position. Now, this is what on code looks like. Willing to walk away from their jobs. I say go ahead and start taking applications. Start taking applications and bring some new people in there. Hell, you can stay your racist ass out the job as far as I'm concerned. That's how I see it. This is the issue. They're okay. It's called a JBW moment. And I coined JBW. You may have heard in the earlier videos. It's all right. It's all right. JBW. It's all right. It's all right. As long as what? It's JBW. Just be white. That's the real issue. And then I thought about it. So you can see how they can pull together to be on code. In the BC, how many times have we complained about these businesses and how they're treating us and in the store? And you're still going up in there. Still going up in there. They can hog tie a black woman to say she stole, have you handcuffed. And then the police come, look in your purse. Well, she didn't find anything. Who the hell are you going through somebody's darn purse? Because you went in that store and Mr. Juan, he thought you were doing something. What's going to happen? Well, that happened to her. I'm just going to go in and get this. I'm just going to go in and get that. That's how the scoop operates. First of all, and they're not rich. They're not rich at all. A town of 2,000. This might be your chance. Start hiring other officers. And the black community, the worst thing for your dumb behind to do for little TT now, we got some dumb ones in the group. Oh, the police if they come. That's the worst thing you can do is start stealing and committing crimes. Please do the opposite and behave yourselves. Little TT under control. Because you can mess up the plan. I said since they went ahead and walked away, they're probably betting on them letting her go so they can come back in. No. The art of war. Cut off the money. They can stay gone. The little deputy town clerk looks like it's time for some hiring. Do some replacement. Just like that. Replacements just like that. Oh yeah. See, the majority in this community, in the U.S., they're real good at starving people out. Oh, yeah. We had the conversation this weekend. And do it with a smile. Our people don't get that. So I hope little TT can keep it down. Don't think, oh, they ain't coming. You're going to start committing crimes. You're just going to mess it up. If you can behave yourselves, the community can. I said, start hiring somebody else. And Becky and Bubba can go find some employment in the next town. They should not be rehired back. Shouldn't be at all. I will start hiring today. Shouldn't be hired back at all. You quit your job, no unemployment, no nothing. Don't hire them back. That's how they would do you. But I know our protests don't last long. So again, and here's why I said, remember this here with the NBA? It says Los Angeles Lakers forward LeBron James tweeted, change doesn't happen with just talk after players decided to resume the 2020 NBA playoffs 1 day after striking in protest of police violence and discrimination against black people. It lasted 1 day. And then there was a word that Barack Obama got on the phone. Barack Obama, you don't have to deal with it. And I know a lot of us are still in love with him. Yeah, I was too for like 5 minutes. He gets on the phone. The next thing you know, this happened. They said, oh, well, Barack Obama, it's alleged that he made a call to LeBron. 1 day. It lasted 1 day. Are you kidding me? They're probably counting on things happen. And see, in situations like this that we're dealing with this here with Kelly, North Carolina, when our people start committing more crimes, if they say, oh, this is my opportunity, this is how you always blank up stuff. You always mess up stuff, the dust buckets, to show, watch, all it takes. And sure, you're going to have Hispanic people and non-white Hispanic. You're going to have boo and cooter too. This will be their chance. But all it takes, I'm saying for the BC, don't play into their hands because they know your mindset. And all it takes is for you to go ahead and start, I'm going to grab some, I'm going to steal something. And you know what you're doing? All you're doing is helping white supremacy. That's what you're doing with your dumb behind. Because what you're going to do, if you start going haywire and start stealing and acting up, hey, you need us. You don't have, the town is going crazy. So I hope the 36% African American, the black community there, don't play into the hands. They'll be counting on you to do some stupid stuff to show, a whole bunch of crime. We can't afford to wait, hire him back. She got to go. Then you've lost. The art of war, the BC needs to read, especially these young people, because you're playing into the hands of stupidity. You're playing into the hands of your own demise. So this here, I said don't hire him back at all. Start the little clerk, she can, no unemployment money, replace him. I'm just hoping our group don't play into the hands of it. Because see, when you do, we start doing something like that, committing a lot of crimes, you're helping out that sheriff. Everybody know what the deal is. What's the issue? Oh, it's toxic and stressful. No, she's over IA. Well, if they're harassing black people, it's a small little peasant town, 2,000 people. Oh, of course. It's like any other place. It'll be the same thing. The person that looks like them, or the person thinks like them, they can do whatever the heck they want. That's who's in charge. So now with her being over it, there might be a consequence. But see how they pull together? But we can't even pull together. It's like, didn't they beat somebody last week? Look at that store where George Floyd was. They called the cops how many times? Now, sometimes it may have been warranted. Some of the stuff, it was like, really? I'm surprised they didn't make them get like a permit or to hire security. But I thought about it. This is what on code looks like. Oh, yeah. This is what on code looks like. The entire police force resigned. But we have stores that can treat us like, in the black community, like CHIT, like get. That store will be there forever and a day. But you on code. Mike can spell code, don't know what it's about. 2 weeks to even exercise it. And it's not like you go up in that store, they're going to be selling you some kind of life prolonging vitamin. You'll live to be 110 guaranteed. But this is what on code looks like. And they will sacrifice just to get rid of that one black person. Black community really doesn't know what code looks like. Too much dysfunction. Too much dysfunction. This is what on code looks like. And they're dedicated to it. Too much dysfunction in the BC. Also on code. They're not on code for jack. The majority aren't. You can spell it. You're too weak. I'm sorry to say. Look in your community, all those businesses. And then you want to, we need some jobs. No, you need some sense, honey. Maybe some common sense can get you a job. Life is business. This right here, this is on code. Now set up a business. Let a black person, besides maybe doing some hair, set up a donut shop in that little town, see what's going to happen. Set one up. They'll go to everybody but you. I'm gone. We got fresh donuts. Well, I can get those at Walmart, which is true. Set up one. You won't last. They understand the power of pulling together, starving you out. This group don't get, all they know is about a darn shootout. But anybody can come to the black neighborhood and set up a donut shop and see if the Negroes go, well, I can go ahead and get mine at Walmart. I ain't got to come to that. But you on code. No. Somebody's on code and somebody's a little slow. Which one is it? Let a black person on donut shop in the hood see what's going to happen. It might be a shooting in a donut shop, blood going everywhere all over the food. It's definitely going to be robbed. But in the BC, anybody can come and set up a business with the black folks. It's okay. It's okay. We down with that. And I'm not saying you can't patronize other people. But somebody's on code and somebody a little slow. Do you think a black business is going to make it there? And even the blacks that's there, you're like, well, it's 36% black. They still won't patronize you. It might be more dominant than what it's worth. So how to be on code, we say a lot of things. Actions speak louder than words. I mean, woman unheard, oh, I love you, baby. I love you. I'm gonna marry you. Don't worry if you get pregnant. I'm gonna marry you. She's sitting up here with 3 darn kids. Ain't got a ring yet. But well, he said, I'm gonna give him time. Girl, how much time you need? You already created a family up in this camp. He said. This is what on code looks like. And their mission is to get her fired out that position and get one of their own. And they are willing to go ahead and sacrifice their little finances. They ain't make a lot of money. A town of 2,000. This sounds like some Mayberry RFD kind of stuff. Come on, Andy. Morning 5. They got 4 police officers. But they were willing to band together to risk it all to get rid of that one black person. Fire her, then I'll come back. Most of our people can't even, well, I don't know. No offense. I'm sorry to say it. Look at this. NBA. You know how much these men make? Millions of dollars. And their protest lasted one day. One day. And I do believe that when it was said, they said Obama put a call into LeBron. Said they know how to get, well, give somebody their respect. Oh, okay. The Democrats didn't do nothing great during Obama. Please show me. It lasted one day. Look at all the money that they made. Millions of dollars. I wonder how long Boo and Cooter gonna last. So I wonder if crime is gonna start up and then if they're gonna get rid of her. But this is what on code looks like. And we can't hardly, I've seen maybe in New York, maybe 2 shut down because of the nail shop. But you do know, all I got to do is set up a whole nother nail shop and we'll be back in there next week. But there are businesses today in the black community that are known to disrespect people. I've seen a gas station video where Gupta behind a thing called a black man N-word to us. They were having it out, and that's what he came out with. And the rest of the black folks just stood there in line as if it was nothing. Well, he talking to him. That's what he thinks about the whole crew, you idiot. He said that to me. Do that to Becky and them. Start calling them bees from behind the counter and see how long you're going to last. Word will get out. So, yeah, this video here, somebody's on code. Then we have communities always telling we got to be on code. Oh, we on code. Are you really? Maybe a few, maybe a minority. But this is what on code looks like. So I'll end with, as I said before, said again, somebody is on code. And they are on. What about protect and serve? Want her gone. She's over IA. It's too much power for her. This is WS at its finest. Somebody's on code. And somebody's a little slow. Which one are you? I'm out.